Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you're doing well and welcome to another episode of this blockchain related series. Today we will be talking about Ethereum and smart contracts, and this is going to be an introduction because so far we've been exploring a lot the blockchain ecosystem. I gave a lot of examples of concepts related to the Bitcoin blockchain, and this is an important stuff to talk about. So let's jump into the notepad. Now that we are here, why is it important to talk about Ethereum? Let me just stand for ETH, because you need to think of it as blockchain 2.0. Why so? Because when it comes to Ethereum and Bitcoin, Ethereum is more dynamic and programmable. Let me move this here, and not everyone is like familiar or comfortable about talking blockchain history, so I'll give a far more simple example that anyone can follow up. Let's think of websites. You are very familiar with the internet, websites, but in the phase Web 1.1, you had like websites. So let's imagine this is a website. You have like really static, you have like text, you have like images, and this was the internet in the beginning. Were the types of websites that we had. Then we had like some programmable languages like JavaScript, and we had, let's say, Web 2.0, and this is where you can have like, for example, chat, you have like accounts. So this is more, like it was stated before, dynamic and programmable. And if you think of it, Ethereum is like Bitcoin. A blockchain was like before Ethereum showed up, Bitcoin was a bit like Web 1.0 and Web 1.0, sorry. And as soon as Ethereum showed up, it became Web 2.0. And this is why smart contracts are important, because let me write here, smart contracts, because this is the value proposition of the Ethereum blockchain. And why, maybe you don't know what is a smart contract, but just basically think of a contract that is written in code. So let me write here, contract written in code, and it's written like the language is called Solidity, and this code is obviously, this contract is obviously in the blockchain because we're talking about this. And why is this important? Because if you have a smart contract, let me write here, imagine this is a smart contract. It is written in code. You don't need, you're just trusting the technology, and you don't need like a third party to ensure that something is going to happen. So let's take an example, and it's always better with examples. For example, let me think. So I write a contract. Whenever I die, all my wealth or fortune, whatever, like all my ETH, all my money, will pass to, for example, my descendants, my sons and daughters, and so on. So I can write in the contract, for example, if I don't interact with this smart contract for, let's say, 5 years, he can assume that, for example, I am dead, and all the stuff that is written in the contract will pass for ownership to those descendants that it's previously written in the contract. Or maybe, for example, if you have like a kid, imagine that I am a father, I would be a really troll father, so I would do this. Okay, son, if you have the, let's say, really good grades in your school, I will give you $1,000. And if I write a smart contract and show it to him, this will automatically assume, even if I change my mind, for example, he gets like all the good grades, and I say, never mind, I really didn't mean that. But if it's written in the smart contract, my son will definitely receive the money. So you're probably now figuring out all the point of all of this. And this is also really good for, let's say, because there's a lot of transparency. I can write here, transparency transparency, transparency and trust. Actually, the slogan of this space is don't trust, validate. Because as you know, everything is made public in the blockchain. You can view all the transactions, you can view all this stuff. So you don't need to be trusting a third party for this. You just trust in the technology, and anyone can validate it or verify it. So, and in terms of transparency, this is good for example, for government projects, because each year you are probably tired of hearing some funds were moved from like a certain project to someone else's pocket, or so that someone could have like some really good profits, or to bail someone out. And if they are like in the blockchain, if there are like smart contracts, you can really see where the money is going. So it's like everyone could be an audit, if you want to put it in that way. A lot of people would say that this would diminish the necessity for audits, but I think it's quite the opposite, because audits will still be needed, and they will just have an easier job because everything is so transparent. And like a public, just the normal person wouldn't just go with the bother to check everything, but if they really wanted it, they could do it. And it's something that is really hard to forge or to fake. You cannot really get away with it. So we are entering a new era of programmable assets and money, where you can do whatever you want. You don't need the bank connections to start a new fintech revolution, because everything is available in the Ethereum blockchain ecosystem. So this is it for today's lesson. I hope you learned something new. We'll see each other next time, so bye.